Mic is hot. We got a hot mic here. Mic check, 1, 2, 3. Mic check, mic check. Mic check, mic check. Oh, we're not getting any sound here, brothers and sisters. We thought we had this technical difficulty taken care of, but apparently, mic check, mic check, mic check. Mic check, 1, 2, 3. Looks like that should be good on the a microphone. Microphone check. Microphone check, mic check 2, 3, 4, 5. Where we at? Where we at? Let's go. Test. All right, I'm showing microphone. Mic check. Okay. That's the mic check. Should hear myself in the headsets, not hearing. Sorry for the technical difficulties, brothers and sisters. Mic check. Mic check, mic check. Mic check, 1, 2, 3. The mic is live, but we're not getting any sound. Mic check, 1, 2, 3. All right, mic is live. Mic check, 1, 2, 3. Mic check, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check, mic check. Mic check, 1, 2, 3. If I can get mine to go live, we can move on with tonight's broadcast, brothers and sisters. But we can't seem to get the sound. Mic check, mic check. Mic check, mic check. 1, 2, 3. Mic check, mic check. Oh, we thought we had it. Thought we had the problem solved. We are still live, but with no audio. No audio. And brother is having challenges getting on. Brother Rodney Assad. He was on for a minute, but he said he couldn't hear me. All right, so welcome to live broadcasting. Welcome to live broadcasting, brothers and sisters. This is live. You're watching live. Now, we had this problem once before, but it was just on the
Walaikum salam. I can't hear you. I can't hear nothing you saying. My sound works at everything else, YouTube, everything else, but nothing. I can't hear anything you saying. Well, if Brother Daryl can hear me, then probably you can hear me too, brothers and sisters. Again, I'm Rodney Asad Muhammad, your courage coach. And while Brother Daryl and his Bluetoothness, you got to go wired, Brother Daryl. You got to go wired. That's the way to go. Go wired, brother. But thank you all for joining us. I know we had some technical difficulties, but one of the challenges with using technology is the fact that, hey, sometimes it works. Many times it works, sometimes it doesn't. That's why there's a huge industry out there of IT professionals and technology people who, you know, that's their job. That's what they do. I've done it in my past. Many years ago, I was IT tech, and I spent many good years, you know, really helping people get their technology together, make sure companies were running and profitable and things like that as related to the technology and them connecting with their customers. And so that world still exists. Is still going on. And so you want to make sure that if you have young people in your lives, this is one tip I can give you right now, and this is Black Wealth Empowerment, the hangout, the live hangout at that. You know, if you have young people in your lives and they really are enjoying the technology, but right now they're looking at their phones, they're playing video games. I mean, that's fine when you want to just kind of take a break and do something, you know, kind of, you know, silly and mindless, maybe taking some Instagram photos, and that's fine. But you want to get into learning how to write code and learning how to repair these devices and things when they break or when screens break. I see so many people when I travel with broken screens. There is a whole industry out there of companies that just have people ship their stuff in. They'll repair their screens, kind of freshen it up, make it look nice, and send it right back to them. And so there's a huge market. So brothers and sisters, if you have young people in your lives and they're pretty good with technology and they kind of like the digital stuff, have them start a business of their own. Even if it's just repairing broken screens, they can buy this stuff for pretty, I mean, dirt cheap online on eBay. Have all the little equipment, doesn't take much. And I promise you, if you got a young brother or sister in your life and they really like technology, that's a business opportunity right there for them. It's very, very little overhead, and they can do it by device. It may be like say you have a 2-week turnaround or something like that. And so that's a great way to kind of get them involved in the entrepreneurial spirit and get them started in some business development. Also repair. Now, I'll tell you, PC repair, that's in my opinion now, a dime a dozen industry. But if you really have some young people in your lives, they like, you know, working with the machines and the hardware side of it, that's still a viable opportunity for them, especially if they want to do it just in their neighborhood, in their, you know, basic general locale. They can go in and say, hey, you know what, I can fix that machine for you, or just put a little ad up, go door to door and just let people know, hey, I'm your neighbor down around the corner. I'm 3 blocks over. You have any technical issues with machines and whatnot? I would love to get your business. And I'll tell you, there are a lot of people who will just really be impressed by the fact that somebody came and knocked on the door and say, hey, I want to be a person. Here's a little card. Cards don't take much to produce nowadays, brothers and sisters. Matter of fact, let me give you a tip. Let me give you a quick tip right now. I've been using this company for years. I'm talking years. And I mean, they've just produced great high quality work for years. Now, I do all my own design, which cuts down a lot of the middle person activity in it. So I try to do as much as I possibly can. And if I had all the machines, I'd do it all. But it's a company called GotPrint. That's GOTPRINT. They do all kind of cards, business cards, flyers, banner, all kind of things you can do. And I'm telling you, this stuff is dirt cheap. Dirt cheap. And they're not like one of these other companies that want to put their logo and their branding on your card. You get 200 business cards free as long as we can stamp our logo on your stuff and get some free advertising at your expense and have your customers come to us. And we're not going to give you a finder's fee. You don't get any kind of checks coming or like it's nothing like that. And so you're not going to advertise them for free for the fact that they gave you some quote free business cards for their free advertising. And so GotPrint is a company you want to do business with if possible when you want to do some kind of printing of cards and flyers and banners and things like that. It's a great place to do. And I got another company for banners, big giant banners and things like that. We'll talk about it another time, brothers and sisters. But thank you all for just indulging us by joining us on Black Wealth Empowerment and just being with us through some of the technical difficulties that we do encounter from time to time. This is a great opportunity once again to demonstrate overcoming difficulty. It's a great opportunity to just really show that we can overcome difficulties, overcome those obstacles that appear in our lives. You know, it's going to happen, and you don't know when it's going to happen. But that's the beauty of it, that you don't know when it's going to happen. If you knew, you could prepare, you could be ready. Oh, next week I'm going to have a difficulty. Let me go ahead and get everything together, get some things lined up, and get ready for that difficulty. But you know, that's not reality. That's not how life works. So we want to always just know the difficulty is going to show up, and that's how you prepare. Just know that it's going to show up. Some hard stuff is going to show up. So just already get your attitude ready ahead of time. Let's just get our mindset right now. Let's say, oh, you know, let me get my mindset together right now. It's Sunday. I know between now and next Sunday, something's going to come up, some difficulty. Now, I don't have to be something just, oh, crazy out of control. It could be something small. You got a bill you didn't expect. Oh, wait, the light bill. I tell you, brother, I live in Arizona, man. It gets hot out here sometimes. And one of the biggest things when I was talking to, I was here speaking. I had like, you know, like 110 people in the room, and we were just doing our thing. Praise be to Allah. And I was telling people I was thinking about moving here. This is like 5 years ago. I said, I'm thinking about moving here. What do y'all think? So, oh, don't get a 2-story house. Do not get a 2-story house. You know, unless it's got 2 air conditioners and all this stuff. Okay, cool. That's good tip, advice. And saying, just know that, you know, your electricity bill will go up in the summertime. And of course, you know, I found that out over the years. And so my wife and I just the other day were looking at the bill. We always stay on top of, not bills, but opportunities, we call them. We stand on top of the opportunities, always being mindful of where we are and where they're at. And she told me, hey, this month, the electricity, because it's been very hot this summer, is up to, you know, something almost $300. You know, that's for 1 month, brothers and sisters. And so, but just know that that's going to come up. Now, it's not like, oh no, $300, what we going to do? If you plan the margins that hard, you need to figure out some other stuff, downsize and do some other things. But I'm saying that to share with you that sometimes it's going to be different than another time. You know, the bill was, you know, $100 the other month, and you know, maybe $150 one month. Oh, $75 the other month. Wow, you know, praise be to Allah, $75. Yeah, throw that at it. You know, but then when it's summertime, hey, it's $250, $270. You might get a $325 if you're really running it like that because you're trying to keep it cool. You know, but that's just knowing that, hey, okay, cool. Well, let's realign this. Let's flip that over there. We didn't think about, oh yeah, this has been a really hot and we've been home. Okay, cool. Well, let's go ahead and just rearrange some things and make sure we allocate additional resources to that area because that's the time of year we're in. You know, you have to know your season. You have to know your season. What season are you in? And that's an excellent tip again, brothers and sisters. We just all over the place with this thing. It's learning principles right here. You know, we have to know what season we're in. Are we in the season of abundance? Are we in the season of planting or sowing? Are we in the reaping season? Are we in the harvest course season? Is the reaping and the harvest season? Are we in the storage season, the canning season in our lives? Where are we at in our process? Where are we at? And see, when you know what season you're in, then you can actually predict and expect the difficulties that are going to come up in that season. Here's an example, brothers and sisters. Say we're in the planting or the sowing season. You know, well, we got to get seed, and we got to get good seed. We got to find and locate good seed. And so that means sometimes talking to seed havers across the country, depending on what you need to grow and the time of year you're growing it and when you want that harvest to come forward. You got to see, now you got to get good seed. Now, seed prices actually fluctuate. Those are commodities. And Brother Daryl's gone into this before, and he'll go into it in other broadcasts and talking about these different vehicles and money things that are going on the planet. But it's commodities. And they fluctuate in pricing depending on demand and supply and demand. And so you might have said, well, last growing season, you know, when we planted corn, the seed was X amount per ton, you know, and it might have been at a low rate because there was just a abundance of corn seed available. Wasn't a lot of purchasers in the marketplace at the time, and you got it at a great rate. You think, oh, we winning. And if you didn't turn the seed around yourself, and that's something I've learned in farming that we're doing, is you got to learn how to save your seed. Oh, that's a whole broadcast right there, Brother Daryl. How to save your seed. I could feel Brother Daryl going so hard in the paint on saving your seed. How to sow, how to reap, and how to save the seed for another sowing. Oh my goodness. Woo. Oh, brother, we about to get on the roster with that one right there. I can see us doing a whole. I ain't even go there with it. Boy, we about to take over 45 one day and say, we coming in. BW, kick it in the nose. Brother Robert, we got you today, brother. We got you today. Yeah. Yes, sir. We might have to have a seed and harvest month at 45. And then our brother being into planning and you know, and getting his doctorate in urban development and planning and stuff like that. Boy, I know we could have a powerhouse month of just going in. Wednesday, going in Friday, take the study guide and show how that applies in our lives. And we can have, that could be powerful. Anyway, brothers and sisters, so you want to be really mindful of what season you are in. You want to be mindful of what season you're in. And see, the season will dictate the difficulties. It actually dictates the difficulties. And so this is how you prepare. So you're not really excited. You're not really kind of taken aback on what's coming or what comes into your life. You go, oh, that's what season I'm in. You're just more like, oh yeah, this is expected for this season. Now you might get some stuff that's not seasonally expected. It happens. That's real. That's reality. But they'll still try to get his audio. Okay, and say it's not seasonally expected. But here's the thing. That's when having that nice repertoire of techniques and strategies and mindset shifts and the books you've read, the seminars you've attended, the workshops, the coaching you've gotten, and all those things. That's when your mentors kick in. See, the more you have in your bag of, I'm gonna say tricks just for the sake of conversation, in your bag of tricks, the easier it is for you to pull something out. The more full you are, the more oil you got in your lamp, if you will, the more you can pull out some light. Oh, I hear you, bro. Uh-oh. Thought I heard Brother Daryl. I thought I heard something, Brother Daryl. I heard a little snap, something. Anyway, and so, brothers and sisters, you know, the more you have in your bag, the easier it is to deal with difficulties when they come up. See, when we're empty, we don't have any reserves. We don't have anything and kind of tucked away to the side for those heavy moments. That's when the difficulty turns into a life crisis. It turns into something that becomes overwhelming. And it gives us sometimes that feeling that I can't do this. I don't know how I'm going to win this one right here. I don't see myself surviving this fight. But that's what I'm telling you right now, in the calm places, in the ease places, in the you're watching things grow places, that's when you prepare for that next phase. And so this is a time right now, if you had a place in your life where things are calm and things are put in a peaceful place, you come in a transition maybe period where you're saying, okay, I've just made it move out of one place. It was a difficult place. Okay, now things have tapered off and I'm kind of in that middle place. That's where you really want to. Oh, is that you, brother? Thought I heard something. I don't know. Okay. Oh, yes, I hear you. I hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm alive. All right. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Praise be to Allah. And so, brothers and sisters, thank Allah for that, Brother Daryl. He got some audio going. And so that's the thing. You want to prepare. When every chance you get, prepare. Feed your mind, feed your soul, feed your spirit. Get your Bible out, get your Quran out from time to time. You know, feed it. Now, don't spend all your time in one area. That's not good balance, I tell you, because I mean, there are principles, but unless you have the complete spirit of discernment, most of us don't know how to extract out of one resource all that we need. Right? It's very difficult. It's a very unique place to be in, where you can extract out of one piece of material everything that you need. It takes an enlightened mind. Not saying that you're not saying that I'm not, but it's you. So you're gonna get bits and pieces from a lot of places. And I'll say this last point, Brother Daryl, one of my mentors and good friends, and we talk about him from time to time. He told me many years ago. He said, you know, I never read a whole book from cover to cover. He said, rarely have I ever read a book from cover to cover. He said, I go in and I'll skim it and find those pieces that I need at that moment. And one thing he also told me, he said, never highlight a book. He said, never go through your book and make highlights. He said, it's relevant to you at that moment, but later on, it's not going to be so relevant to you once you get that principle, you've moved on. And what's going to happen if you go back through that book looking for new tips and techniques, your eyes are going to immediately go to the highlighted parts. And you've already gone through that, already grown through that. He said, so the worst thing you do, if anything, get a notebook and make notes about what you've read off to the side. And then you will know, okay, and date it. So, you know, that was 3 years ago. That's where I was 3 years ago. Let me go back to the same book. That's how you can read the Bible, read the Quran, read the study guides, read a book on Think and Grow Rich, A Black Choice, and other things, and see something different in it, even though you read it a bunch of times. Because what was relevant then was relevant for the moment you were in at that time. But now you've grown and developed, something new is going to jump out. So when you highlight, you're saying, here's where I am right now. This is what I need right now. But later, that's not going to be your right now moment. So don't keep the right now, your right now for eternity by highlighting. Get a notepad, write in it, date it. And then when you go back through that book, maybe another year or two, you're going to see some new things. And then you got a whole nother notebook because you done filled the other one up. You moved on. And now you can say, now, ooh, I didn't even see that last time. And you can make new notes. It might be the same one. You don't know. That means you didn't get it. So you don't want to stay stuck in the past by highlighting. That's the point. So, Brother, I'm going to swing it over you, let you say some things and speak your piece in your mind and keep the broadcast going. Now, brothers and sisters, I do have to drive. I don't have to. I get to drive to a city today about 3.5 hours away to do some workshops and seminars this week. So I got about 60 some odd people tomorrow morning that I'm going to get to. But I'm going to stick with you. We're going to ride it all the way out. So, Brother, I'm going to swing it over to you. Thank you all.
Right. Thank you so very much, Courage Coach, covering down as he always does and doing a great job. And what you just witnessed is many things. He covered a lot of it there, but what you witnessed through the Courage Coach is staying ready so you won't have to get ready. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. So anytime these glitches happen in your life, then you can bounce back. You can make the necessary adjustments so you won't be over here sweating. See how I figured this out? You just see me over here, you know, wiping up brow and panicking and taking off my jacket because I'm getting hot and nervous. No. Like I said, you know things are going to happen. You know technology is going to let you down or you're going to let it down, but something is not going to work when it's supposed to work. You just stay calm through it and have enough confidence that if I don't give up and time doesn't run out, I will get it working eventually. So thank you so very much, Courage Coach. Brothers, if you don't know, if you missed it at the beginning of the broadcast, this is broadcast number 118. 118. That is historical. See, many times we as Black people, we make history and don't realize it. We make history and someone else has to tell us about it and realize it, you know, years after the fact. Well, I'm here to tell you, brothers and sisters, you are part of history in the making by being on this broadcast 118. Live, Black Wealth Empowerment, brothers and sisters. We're going at this thing hard. We need your help. When it comes to building wealth, it's teamwork. Anything less than teamwork won't work. So I have to understand that you're part of a team, right? If you raise your hand and say, I like that content, I like what those brothers are putting down, I'm going to pick it up, and you're on the team. You're on the team. It's volunteer, but once you volunteer, right, you then have obligations, right? And people volunteer to work at shelters and work at the hospital, right? They volunteer, but there's still a level of expectation and still a level of commitment. We need for you to commit to sharing this platform, sharing this message. If it's worthy of your time, brothers and sisters, It should be worthy of everybody that you know. It should be worthy of their time too. So what I want you to do is hit the share button. You see them right above our heads right here. If you're watching it on our exclusive platform here at BWE, I hit those tabs. You got the Facebook share, that's to share our page, or I should say Facebook like, to like our page. The second one is Facebook share, Twitter, Instagram, all the rest of those are up there. Use hashtag BW Hangout, we are live. Hashtag BW Hangout, we are live, or whatever instruction that you want to communicate, because that will automatically let everybody that's on your feed, on your stream, get them a free invitation from you to join and watch this broadcast. Now, if you're watching it on our YouTube channel, well, we just set up our YouTube channel, so the last broadcast and this one will be now on our exclusive BWE YouTube channel. We're going to move the rest of the previous broadcasts over there so we can have our very own YouTube channel, right? So you're watching it on our channel right now, go ahead and hit the link right below. Hit the link right below. I think it's a check box for Twitter and Facebook. Share this stream, but there's a share button. Share this stream. See, the challenge that we're facing in social media, on the internet, is you have more of the less than positive people. You have more of the complainers. You have more of those that are ungrateful. You have you have more of those who have a low vibration or even a negative vibration. They're spending time and energy and effort to promote how they feel, to promote their complaining, to promote what's wrong. What we need is more of those who are like us, those that have a positive message. We have to be 10 times stronger and persistent in getting a positive message out. Just watch your local news. There's 10 negative reports to every one positive report. They'll let you know that 2 people died in a house fire way across the country in Kansas. Know that in Houston. Why does the Curtis coach need to know that in Phoenix? Right? All the relatives would have been notified already before it hit the news. So be a part of the solution, brothers and sisters, not part of the problem. That's what we're going to talk about here in the next 5 minutes. The theme tonight is charity begins at home. Begins at home. Developing a personal economic blueprint. Developing a personal economic blueprint. And it starts by us understanding there's a solution to every problem. There's no new problem in God's universe. Many thousands, if not millions of people, you are, where I am, where we are financially. So as we can learn from them, we can glean from them. Not exactly of right, our financial situation. So we can learn from the past. We can draw strength from the past. We can draw examples from the past. And then we can take it, customize it into a personal economic blueprint. See, what it takes is a level of consciousness and intelligence to take what is out there generically, or out there that somebody who has had a similar experience, 85% similar, 75% similar, 85% similar, not exact, similar, enough so you can take that 75% and use your intelligence and awareness, personal lesson from that 75%, and then you can add the other 25% to make it your personal economic blueprint. That's what we're talking about tonight. That's why you should share this stream. You should share this stream, brothers and sisters. That's a habit that we have to incorporate in all areas of our lives. The reason why, one of the reasons why, we as Black people are not more financially advanced than others, because we don't share it enough among ourselves. That's why this platform exists. That's why Black Wealth Empowerment exists. The Courage Coach didn't want to keep it to himself. Sister Brandy, who might join us tonight, didn't want to keep it to herself, and I didn't want to keep it to myself, right? Because it does me limited good to keep it to myself. Maximum good comes from sharing. Maximum good, brothers and sisters, comes from us touching other people with that good that has touched us. So hit those share buttons. You should have done it already. Hit it again. If you're watching the replay, hit it below and let's share the stream because we're going to talk about it. We got 14 people in the queue, brother. Right, we're going to vet them and bring them on a little bit later. Give us some time to vet them because, you know, we're in the vetting season now, brother, right inside. If you haven't noticed, America's in a vetting season. We got to vet these immigrants and vet these unknown people that's coming into our country. And we got to mature, brothers and sisters. Stop hating the thing because of the covering. Let's say don't judge a book by its cover. Be intelligent enough to look at it and see if it aligns to what you know is right, what you know that God says is right, what makes intellectual intelligence, what makes common sense. We do the same thing. We vet people before we bring them into BWE, right? We want to see what level of consciousness, what level of what level of consciousness they're on, and what level that they seem to be on as far as participating in a positive way in society. And if it doesn't match, guess what? Delete. Right? Then the picture with guns and no shirt on and tattoos everywhere and guns and gang signs and all this kind of stuff. We might have to pass on that, brother and sister. We're not chunking gang signs over here. We don't have guns over here in this platform that we're on and what we represent. All right, brothers and sisters. So you need to share the stream. Share the stream. Share this stream. We're reaching out to our members, Courage Coach. We got Sister Rachel, right, who is a practitioner, who is a licensed, educated Chinese medicine healer. She has committed to come on every 2 weeks live in the private exclusive Facebook group and share with us what she understands. She knows of Chinese medicine and how it works with your system and how it works with your body and how it works with your consciousness and your thinking. So we can start opening up our minds to be more receptive to positivity, more receptive to opportunity, more receptive to building wealth. Right? This thing is shifting and changing right before your eyes, brothers and sisters. You're either always part of the change or you're not part of the change. It means you're left out. You're left out. You'll be watching the change from a distance. This is a platform, brothers and sisters. This is a platform for participation. This is a platform for engagement. This is a platform so you can network with other brothers and sisters of like mind. That's why we have our Facebook group, our private exclusive Facebook group. If you're not part of it, there's a link below, livevirtualnetworking.com. Take you straight to the Facebook page. You go ahead and click join, and we'll check you out and bring you on. Now you're in to post, to share, to network. That's what you do in our private, exclusive Facebook group. Right? We have to become more involved, more active. Right? We have to be 100, not just keep it 100. We got to get involved 100. We got to make it a part of our life. Only what you get in do you get out. Coach talked about sowing, right? You only get out what you put in, right? You only get out what you put in. So go ahead and share this, man. Hit that social media tab right now. One more again and share it to your friends. Because the Courage Coach, he comes on first. You lead with first things first. You lead with your best foot. You lead with that which is appropriate in the right order of things. You know, Wallace Bartley wrote a book called The Science of Getting Rich, and he says you have to do things in the right order. See, many times we do the right things, but we do them out of order, and we wonder why it's just not quite working for us. So the right order of everything is to lead with your inspiration, lead with the spirit, lead with the word, because it's the word, it's the spirit of God that moves the body, that moves the matter. It's the spirit of God that uproots the trees when a tornado comes through. Inspiration. All right, so bring us the inspiration part of tonight's message. Charity begins at home, developing a personal economic blueprint. You know him. You love him. It's our courage coach who said he's about to get on the road for 3.5 hours and teach some people tomorrow, but he wanted to come here first and give you and I what we needed. So without further ado, let's turn it over to our brother, our courage coach, Rodney Asama. Take it away, brother.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Brother Daryl. Thank you so much for what you said. And that's right, brothers and sisters. I am Rodney Asad Muhammad, your courage coach. I believe that on the other side of everything that we desire in life is a lack of courage. That if we just went after it, decided in our hearts, like, you know, I'm going to do this, no matter the hard places, no matter the tough places, no matter the rough places, that I'm going in. I'm going all the way in, full throttle. No, well, you better have some brakes. Some minimal braking, right? Minimal braking appropriately, you know, and that's what you want. You want to have that kind of attitude that, you know what, it may be hard, but it's worth it. It may be difficult, but it's worth it. So I am your courage coach. Now I'll tell you, I don't, you know, I don't profess to be the most courageous person on the planet, and that's not what it's all about. Not what it's all about. Courage is really a personal thing, you know. But you got to, beyond the courage, you also have to have some information, some knowledge, wisdom, understanding to back up being courageous. You can be courageous and make foolhardy mistakes and really go out when you need to stay in and go forward when you need to maybe stand back. So you have to have knowledge, wisdom, understanding along with courage, a tenacity, a stick-do-itiveness about yourself, to when you know when to stay in the pocket and when to come on out. You know, and brother, I'll say this before we get into this, just to talk real quick. If you watch a good football player, like a running back, you know, those great ones, the great ones, I'm talking like the Walter Paytons of the world, you know, the great ones. And when you saw them run, they would run, they'll hit just a mass of bodies, know how to back that thing up, spin out a different way, hit a blocker, boom, roll off that cat, rolling. I mean, just be moving. You got to be fluid like that. You got to know how to stop and go and turn and twist, and that's what it's about. That's what made Ali so hot. That he float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. He knew how to back it up and coming forward. He knew how to just take a few blows and just rest a little bit and come back with a few flurries, you know. But you got to know when to go and when to stop, when to come forward, when to back up. So, brothers and sisters, charity begins at home. Charity begins at home. See, developing a personal economic blueprint. You know, one of the things, and I don't know if you all are aware of this or not. Some of you are, some of you might not be. You know, there's a self-improvement study guide system that was brought forward by Brother Minister Louis Farrakhan, and is self-improvement the basis for community development? And I'm not going into the study guide. That's not what we're here to teach into that. Although it's absolutely relevant to everything that we do. But I want to make a point here, is that a lot of times we get told while growing up, and this is where it primarily starts, Brother Daryl, and those of you who are watching, it starts when we're very young. We get told no, stop, don't, quit, and so many things while we're growing up. And also, one of the things we're told when we're growing up is stop being so selfish. Stop being selfish. You're selfish. Stop being selfish. We make looking out for self and wanting something for ourselves a bad thing for so long. Even if you went to, or unfortunately or fortunately, depending on how it turned out, went to preschool and kindergarten and things like that. That's when they really tried to drive home the point. Don't be selfish. Give what you got to somebody else. And I'll tell you, brothers and sisters, right here, right now, just as before we just really get into what I think Allah is moving my heart to go to, is I even when my children were growing up and very young, and one would have a toy and another one, it'd be his toy, and another one would come and say, you know, be crying, what's wrong with you? And what's going on? So daddy, he won't let me play with his toy. And I said, well, listen to the language. It's his toy. Listen, just feel that right now. Say it's his toy. He doesn't have to let you play with his toy. Go and get your toy, or find out from him how he qualified for that toy. And then you just do something similar or the same, qualify for it. See, life is it's not about getting what somebody else has got, or they have to give you what they have. I said, because people say sharing is caring, sharing is caring, sharing is caring. I know getting your own stuff is caring. If I care enough about you, I'm going to help you get your own stuff. I'm going to help you find out how to get it yourself. As I don't care about you if I just give you what I got and that's it. Then you'll never be able to maintain it. You won't even know how to get more. See, I can take these beautiful watermelons we got growing in the backyard, Brother Gerald. Oh my goodness, this is our second crop, the second part of the crop. We had a first crop, we got that, eating them up. Now the second one's just blowing up. Oh, I was loving it. And I can take this watermelon and I could get in the car and I can drive it to Houston. And I'm gonna say, Brother Darrell, I love you so much as my brother. I'm gonna give you this watermelon. Make sure you get some of Mom's. And Rodell can take that water and say, oh, Brother Rodney, praise you. Oh, thank you. Love you, soldiers, man. Brotherhood, love it. Man, this is family. He drove all the way from Phoenix, Arizona to Houston to drop off this watermelon because he loved me so much. And Brother Darrell takes it. He may go by Mom's house, you know, maybe when his daughters come by, you know, just whatever, you know, we having a family get together. Woo! Assalamu alaikum. We thank Allah for this wonderful watermelon, Brother Rodney bought. Praise be Allah for the brotherhood. And they tear into the watermelon. They got seeds. We spitting seeds all in the trash, throwing them all trees, going to trash, everything. And we said, oh, Brother Rodney, thank you so much, brother. Get on the phone. Love that watermelon. That was the best watermelon ever, brother. Woo! Muhammad Farms is doing big things with the watermelons. I said, oh, yes, sir, brother. I feel praise be to Allah, and I'm all humble with it. Yes, sir. You know, that's love and family. You know, do the whole thing. It's all good, right? And that's it. The cycle is complete, right? But at the end of the day, in my charitableness, being charitable to Brother Darrell, I didn't really help him. I may have filled their bellies, you know, everybody feel full, and oh, we love the watermelon. It was delicious. But we were taught that charity begins at home and then spreads abroad. But here's how you spread it abroad. You actually have to teach people how to grow and develop in their own lives, how to get what it is that you've gotten, what you obtained. See, people deserve to go through the same process we went through to get to where we are. If you want to know how to drive this car, let me tell you how I got here, what I did, what I've grown through, how I had to position myself, how I saved and invested, all the things I did. Now, I'm not going to take you down there and get it for you. No, that's not going to help you at all. No. And if you don't have no skin in the game, you ain't got no blood in it, you ain't gonna value. Let me use better English. You are not going to value it at the highest levels. You're not gonna do right by it, brothers and sisters. Come on. See, it's okay to look at self, to be interested in self. Now, I've said this before, and we're gonna say it again. It's not about pushing nobody else down. It's not about negating caring about other people. That's not what this is about. But gosh darn it, you gotta give a darn about you at least. I'll tell you one thing. There are a lot of people that say, oh, I love you, and boom, boom. Now, I know Brother Darrell loves me. How do I know? How do I know Brother Darrell loves me? Because he demonstrates it in his love for himself. He demonstrates it in taking care of himself. When he goes on his personal retreats, that's a demonstration of his love for me. Wait. Yeah, some of y'all didn't catch that. Some of y'all was like, what the heck did he just say? Wait, when Brother Darrell goes on a personal retreat, or he has one of his daughters, he invites them to come and he treats them and takes them on this all expense paid trips and things like that because he loves his family, his children. And how does that caring about you, Brother Rodney? It's like that's a demonstration of love. That if he won't do that for him, I can best believe he's not going to care about me doing it. He's not going to applaud me. He's not going to encourage me to do it. He can't, Brother Daryl cannot give to me something he's incapable of giving to himself. If he don't have it, how can he share it? Oh, you got to see this. I hope y'all are getting this right now. If I don't have it in me, I have not done it for me. How can I share it and give it to you? If I didn't earn any income, I can't donate any income. I can't give what I don't have. So charity begins at home and starts with me. So not self like, oh, I hate everybody else. Be caring about yourself, brothers and sisters. Self, looking out for self, not pushing anybody else down, not negating caring about other people. That's not what it's about. But it's about also saying, you know what? I can't lift somebody to a place I'm not at. That's why at the end of the broadcast, we'll see you at the top, not from the top. Because if I can walk a path to a top place, I can actually instruct you on how to get there, the road to take, be your personal GPS system, if anything else. See, that's that charity. See, that's the charitable place right there, that I can actually walk you through that. Say, no, step here, don't step there. There's a coaching situation. Move over here. No, well, you might not want to change how you think about that. That's the real charity, not giving you something. You know, that's the end product. Giving you the end product, brothers and sisters, giving me the end product does not help me. I want you to show me how I can do it for myself. See the word self again? When we say charity begins at home and developing our personal economic blueprint, you have to know how to feed into your own soul. One thing is this: when you hear about the economic blueprint from the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and just really re-fired up in our lives from Brother Minister Louis Farrakhan, is that, you know, when we talk about, we think of the external, but it's about saving. See, if it's a nickel a day and this a week and 10 cents, say 10 cents, it's 10 cents a day, really, because you're going to put 5 for you, 5 for your nation. You hear what I'm saying? If you're going to put the nickel, you might as well go ahead and do the 10 cent. And just do both. Do both. Because I'll tell you, brothers and sisters, you know, the best thing of growth and community development and it's a great city and whatnot is when the individual members of that community, that city, are growing and developing and contributing. But if they have nothing and they're waiting for some mystical, magical genie called the government, the leadership, to feed them, they're going to continue to be slaves. Charity begins in your house, in your life, and in your mind. Feed on the right kind of information. Make sure you're developing your personal wherewithal and strength and character. And then you can say, hey, brother and sister, can I share something with you? Here's what I did. I was right there too. Can I just give you some tips, some techniques? Here's a book I read. But you got the personal results to prove it, to back up what you're saying. Nobody wants to listen to somebody that you didn't survive nothing. You ain't went through nothing. I'm looking at you a little suspect if you telling me how to do something that you ain't grown through. I'm sorry. Your credibility is a little low right now. You ain't been through nothing. Ooh, that's a little rough. At least if you're gonna give relationship advice, at least been through a bad breakup, a bad divorce or something. Say, ooh, let me tell you where I went wrong now. Now you might not do the same, but that's okay. Your credibility a little up. Not really. Some people say, well, you've been divorced, you can't tell me. Yes, you can. I can tell you what not to do, how not to think, how not to act, how not to choose wrong. Give you some pointers. So, brothers and sisters, that's what it's about. So charity absolutely begins at home. Do not negate home. Do not negate home. That's the worst thing we can do, is negate ourselves, negate growing, developing our personal little microcosm of the macrocosm. It matters. Bad people do bad business, have bad communities, if you will. Good people produce good communities and good business. That's just what it's about. So keep that in mind. Thank you for watching me, listening to me, tolerating my, wild way of getting the information out to you. But I'm the Courage Coach. I'm living life on purpose. This is authentically me. This is how I get out. And I want you to be authentically you. So keep this in mind. No matter what else you do in life, you must always remember to cultivate the courage to roar, and definitely Do something for yourself. Peace.
All right, all right. Thank you, brother Rodney, the Courage Coach. Once again, brother, since he dropped it, he gave us, when you have somebody like Brother Rodney, who's walking in his purpose and walking in his passion, is accepting it, and has been doing it for as long as he has been doing it professionally, on purpose, intentionally. What he shares with you, it's like a seed, right? It's like any kind of seed. All you see is a little small seed or a big seed or medium-sized seed. But what's on the inside of that seed, my goodness, it's much, 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 much bigger than the seed itself. What Brother Rodney just shared with us, because I was listening to, brothers and sisters, what he shared with us is the seed, but what's on the inside of what he shared with us, it's much, much bigger. But you and I have to know how to take that seed and cultivate that seed and get what's in that seed out so we can benefit, right? So you can eat. Charity starts at home. So you can benefit from it, right? How has it changed your life? What has it done for you? That's what it's all about. Charity begins at home. Developing a personal economic blueprint. So let's thank our brother for the inspirational part. See, the Bible says of all these things, get ye understanding. See, so often we get knowledge, but we don't get understanding, right? We get knowledge, but we don't get understanding. What the Courage Coach brings is knowledge and understanding wrapped up in one and an inspirational message. An inspirational message gives you knowledge and gives you understanding. Then you have that which is natural to you to inspire you to go out and do what you just got the understanding and knowledge of. That's what the Courage Coach brings to BWE. That's why you should come every week. That's why you should share it. That's why you should go on YouTube and watch and study what this brother brings to us every broadcast, right? So let's get into the analysis. You have the inspiration, you have the knowledge and the understanding. Now, the other side of our brain says, now, what do I do? What do I do? What are the action steps that I have to take? Let me just kind of lay it out, brothers, because like he said, it says personal economic blueprint. Unless you get with the coach one-on-one, so he can personalize what he just shared with you. Unless you get with me personally, one-on-one, so I can, give you a specific, customized plan. As I said before, you have to take what is given, use your intelligence to apply those rules to your life. Apply those rules, those principles to your financial situation. So let's look at it real quick. I'm going to go a little bit over since we got on late due to technical difficulties, brothers. So just bear with us another 5 minutes or so. Here's what we need to take from what the Courage Coach shared with us, and how we can now sit down after the broadcast with pen in hand and paper and get to work. I like the part it says personal economic blueprint. Well, if you know anything about building, brothers and sisters, you don't have to be an architect, but if you know anything about building anything, it first starts with the design or the blueprint. You have an idea. Then you go to the paper and you sketch out that idea. You draw that idea out. You put it on paper first. Step number one. Have the end in mind. Your economic blueprint, have the end in mind. What do you want your economic blueprint to look like? It can be 6 months from now, a year from now, 3 years from now, 5 years, it doesn't matter. What do you want it to look like? Put it down on a piece of paper. Every area of your life financially, what do you want it to look like? Economics. What do you do with the money that you get? How do you distribute it? How do you use it for consumption? That's the definition of economics, right? And all of us have our own personal economics. But you have to have a blueprint. You have to have an end in mind. Because if you don't have an end in mind, start out with an end in mind, then what happens is your economy will go to fuel someone else who does start off with an end in mind. They have a destination that they want their money to take them to. You have to take these ideas, these concepts, understand them. Once you understand them, then you can customize them with the help of some professionals. You can customize at least the blueprint in your mind. You can customize it, personalize it to you. Oh, my mom's getting old and she's having health problems and it's not going to get better because, you know, what do I do? How can I, prepare myself for that? How much does insurance cost for home health care? You know, see, you have to do it. You have to start with step number one with the end in mind. An architect draws the plans down on paper. How big do they want the room? How many floors? You know, the foundation, they put it on paper first. They put it on paper first. And once they have that idea on paper, then step number two, what do I need to build this economic blueprint? What do I need of material? What do I need of resources? See, I can get the material to build a house, Courage Coach. I go buy the wood. Somebody say, okay, here's a list of what you need. But if I don't have the resource on how to build it, it's just 2x4, just is piled up at the spot, right? Just going to waste, right? Just rotten. Because I had the material, but I didn't have the resourcefulness to know what to do with it. Step number two, brothers and sisters, what do I need to build this personal economic blueprint, this end result, this end in mind? What do I need? What do I need? You need certain materials and you need resource. So now you have to go out and find out what do I need. You can't lean on your own understanding because your own understanding is very limited. If you've never done it before, you have nobody to show you how to do it, then your discovery, right? Your process of discovery is what do I need to build this personal economic blueprint? What materials do I need? What resources do I need? Right? Who do I need on my team? And who do I need to go to for advice and help and to do the electrician to build it, the foundation guy, the framer to do it, the sheetrock person to do it? Financially, what do I need? Do I need good credit? How do I get it? Do I need money, extra money to invest, to save for emergency, to purchase different, programs, insurance programs and policies and things that I need to build for this blueprint that I laid out? What do I need to do it? That's step number two. Step number three, brothers and sisters, once we get what we need, and see the thing about it, depending on how big it is, right? How much time you have or need, in most cases, you're going to do it in phases. Phases. You're going to do it in phases. Right? So once you part two, once you get what you need, material resource, now the phases. I'm going to build this part first, this part second, this part third, and that's going to go on top of that, and that's going to get done. And before you know, woo-hoo! That's beautiful. Step number three. Once you got all that together, remember, Wallace Watley says, it's not just what you do, it's in the right order you do them in. You have to do them in the right order. This is the right order. Step number three, POA. POA. Now you need a plan of action. I got my material. I know I need a builder. I know I need an electrician. I know I need a carpenter. I know I need a roofer. I know I need this, that, and the other. Now, plan of action. What do I do? Who comes first? Do you call an electrician first? Run the wires. He shows up and says, where's your frame in your house? Oh, I don't have it. Well, how am I going to run the wires to the house and you don't have the frame? Oh, I didn't know I need a frame. Oh, okay, I'll call you back. Then you call the framer. Hey, framer, come on and frame me a house based on my blueprint. Go ahead and frame frame it up for me because I need electricity to come out and run the wires. The framer comes out and says, I can't frame it. You don't have any foundation. You need a foundation so I can frame the house. Foundation? I didn't know that. See, plan of action. You have a plan of action, but we need to know what order the plan of action should be conducted in. Now you get the foundation guy out there. Now they say, okay, all right. We got the material I need. When I bring the material, I'll lay down the foundation. Show me your blueprint. Okay, got it. Lay down the foundation. Now we can go in the proper order. Plan of action. Take action in the right order. Take action in the right order. That's step number 3. And step number 4 is it's called plan of action. Step number 4, now you gotta take action. Now you gotta do it. Now you have to follow the blueprint. Right? Plan of action. That just means you plan out the action. Step 1, foundation. Step 2, framing. Step 3, wire plumbing. Step 4, step 5, step 6. See, you plan out the steps. Step 5 is now. Step 4 is now we have to do the work. Now we have to execute this plan. The best plan not executed is worse than the worst plan executed. The best plan not executed is worse than the worst plan executed. Because if the worst plan is executed, then you can always come back and do it right. Somebody who can lay out a perfect plan, those of us who are professionals, which don't exist, right? But that's a good excuse not to execute. So 3 is plan of action. 4 is now you have to execute on that plan of action. You have to execute, brothers and sisters. You have to execute. So those are the 4 steps that we need to take in order for us to take what we started at home. Charity starts at home, right? You got that locked down. Now you got to go into developing a personal economic blueprint. And you do that by following these steps, taking your understanding of what was shared tonight, and then customizing that understanding. Augment, adjusting, custom fitting that. You don't change the principles. You just customize the implementation. You customize the plan of action. You customize the material and resources that you need. You customize the blueprint. But you don't change the principles. Many times we abort to change the principles, and that takes things out of order and knocks things out of whack. Brothers and sisters, what you heard tonight, for those that are good students, meaning that when the teacher gives an instruction, you don't doubt it, you don't question it, because that has already been resolved because you trust the teacher. You have confidence in the teacher. You don't have no reason to think that the teacher will leave you wrong. So there's no reason after that point to doubt what the teacher gives you. You take what the teacher gives you with full confidence. And it will do what the teacher says it's going to do. And you go to work. You go to work figuring it out. You go to work understanding what it is that has been given to you. And then you implement it. And then you see what it has done. And then you come back and show the teacher, show the instructor if you're given the opportunity. This is what I've done with the information you've given me. What do you think? How does it? Give me some feedback. Because I know it can be better. Your best is never your first attempt. Your best is never your first attempt. No matter how prepared you are, your best is never your first attempt. Brothers and sisters, we thank you for being here. I'm going to let the Courage Coach close us out with some few words. I'll come back on and just thank you. We cannot thank you enough for your time and attention. That alone is worthy of us being here week after week. Now, 118 broadcasts. Your time and effort is showing up is worth us being here. All right? So we're over to the Courage Coach. Words of encouragement on the way out to take us into the next week. And God willing, we'll see you next week. Courage Coach.
Yes, sir, Brother Daryl. Thank you so much for those words, Brother Daryl. I really believe that somebody's life has been helped, adjusted, modified, upgraded if they just take action on what was shared tonight. So thank you so much. It was definitely edifying to me. Brothers and sisters, you know, today's your day. This week's your week. This is your week. This is your week. I really believe that. I believe it. I hope you can feel it. There's something happening. There's an energy in the air right now. You know, Les Brown is say, you know, I feel a breakthrough coming. I feel a breakthrough. I don't know about you, Brother Daryl, but there's something going on. There's an electricity in the air. There's something happening right now. And really, brothers and sisters, if we keep this empowered, enlightened state of being right now and really just tap into this thing, it's a time really now to stretch out. Brother Daryl, I got an idea that Allah put on my mind years ago, brother, years ago. And I kept it up here. I kept it in the front of my mind. And I said, you know, I'm going to do this. And this is a new product. I searched and researched, and nobody has done this product. And so, I mean, so I got to work the patents and all that stuff out, the design patent, utility patent, make sure all that stuff is right. And I was trying to design a whole new latch system for something that, you know, that we're doing with it. Anyway, but all that aside, I waited and but I kept it out front. I didn't put it in the back because somebody else would take that thought and use it. And boom, I see my idea and I'm like, oh man, I should have did that. And billions of dollars later, as they're wealthy, you know, and I'm looking like, what's wrong with me? Well, I kept it out front. And I used the prototype that I had daily, right? And so, you know, right now there's an energy. So I moved out on it because I feel an energy shift going on right now on the planet. And there's a shift happening. And brothers and sisters, you got to feel that shift. And so what I want you to do is this week, I want you to go after that thing, that idea, that whatever that was. Whatever it is, I don't have to even know what it is. I can sense it. I can feel it. Something tells me right now, you right now that's watching this at this moment, there's something you've been waiting to do. I don't know what it is, but you got to get after it. This is your week to make that move. Go ahead and go after it. Make the move. Take the step. Go ahead and make that phone call. Do it. It's your time. The alley-oop is sitting there right by the basket. Come on, brother. It's right there. You just got to just jump up and just, throw that thing down. You go two hand, one hand, maybe do a spin around. However you want to do that, just grab the rim and shake and go, I knew it was this. That was my alley-oop. That was for me. Come on. Brothers and sisters, this your time. This your week, right? This your week. And what I want to know is, this is your week. I want you to get on the Private Elusive Exclusive Facebook group and let us know, woo, y'all were right. This was my week. I did that thing and made that step to do the thing that I've been waiting on because I don't know why I was hesitating, but this was my week. And man, stuff started opening up for me. That's the word I got for you. That's how I want to close that out. This is your week. Make your move. I'm the Courage Coach, Rodney Assad Muhammad. Cultivate the courage to roar. We're going to see you, inshallah, next week. Make that move. Brother Daryl, back to you.
Woo, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, I'm ready. Make that move, brothers. Make that move. It's your time. Nobody could have said it better than the Courage Coach. So I don't want to come behind him, right? I just want to say, brothers, thank you for being here. We appreciate your time. We only want for you what we want for ourselves. We only want the best for you because we want the best for ourselves, and we're going after it. That's why the coach said you got to make this your best week because you got to go after it. You got to go after it. Leave those things which are behind and press towards the mark of the high calling of God in Christ. That's Philippians. That's one of my favorite verses. So, brothers and sisters, make this your week. And go to the Private Elusive Exclusive. Follow instructions. Remember, the best results are gotten by the best students. We'll see you at the top, not from the top, because you, your family, starts at home. You, your family, then most importantly, Our Black community deserves your very best. Brothers and sisters, thanks for being here with us. Apologize for the technical difficulties, but such is life. Make it your best week. We'll see you next week, God willing. Take care. God bless.